how people are so down on the Buccaneers. This is what the Buccaneers have done the last 3 seasons. They won a Super Bowl, and then they've won the division 2 years in a row. There's the back-to-back division champs. And people are writing them off like they're nothing. They've got a former number 1 overall draft pick as a starting quarterback right now. I mean, come on. Can't be all that doom and gloom, can it?
Give me that 6th-rounder back, man. There's a different general in town this year. That's part of the reason the optimism is not what it is.
Some things I was reading in this magazine, they pointed out some interesting things. But one of the things was Todd Bowles being on the hot seat. And I'm like, yeah, he deserves to be on the hot seat, man. The guy should not be a head coach. He's not a good head coach.
No, he should not.
He's had 4 losing seasons in a row as a head coach going back to the Jets.
Yeah. Great coordinator.
That's with winning the division last year.
Great defensive coordinator. Well, I don't mind having him in that spot, but I don't like him being the head guy. He just seems to be one of those guys that can't manage all the different things that goes into being a head coach. There's a lot that goes into being a head coach at the NFL level or at any level for that matter. And he just doesn't seem like the type of guy that really juggles all that very well.
He was a good defensive coordinator, except for the fucking – I'm still pissed at them when they had that amazing comebacks against the Rams 2 years ago in the playoffs.
Yeah, and
then they decided to go all-out blitz and just leave Cooper Kupp wide. Like, that was the most stupid – go to overtime. You know what I mean? Like, go.
I deserve you to rub that salt in the wound after what I said to Ryan about Mitchell Trubisky yesterday.
Mm-hmm.
So you're right. I deserve that.
It's salt in my wound too. I wanted to see Tom go to the Super Bowl again.
That's fair. That's fair. But that was brutal.
That was stupid, dude. You had all the momentum on your side. All you had to do was just play a little prevent, go to overtime, and let Tom do what Tom does in overtime.
And you let the best receiver in the league get behind the defense.
Not even just get behind you, wide fucking open.
Wide open. If Stafford throws a good ball, it's 6. That's all there is to it. He underthrew the shit out of him. He had to come back and get it. And still had 15 yards to catch the ball.
Oh, that pissed me off. So
the way we'll reward him for that great defensive prowess there is we'll just make him the head coach.
Hey, man. Good looks. Thanks. But some other things that they did, they brought in, so you got Lavonte David returning, 33 years old, but he is the head of that defense, along with Devin White.
Devin White they had some issues with him in the offseason with some contract disputes and stuff like that, but he was actually requested a trade in the offseason, but has come back since training camp started and everything, and said he felt like he was a little bit selfish in requesting that. So he's come back with a better attitude now, seems to be back on track with everybody. So expect a big season out of him. I was glad to see them get that cleared up because I think he's the type of guy that he wants to be in Tampa, deserves to be in Tampa, has done the things in the first few years to get that contract extension. I think they finally talked to him like, they have plans. We got plans for you, man. You just got to let us work through this caps and everything. You're going to get your money. Just bear with us. And so I think they've come to agreements now. It looks like he's in a better mood down there in Tampa. And ready to play some ball.
Is Shaq Barrett still on the team? I know he tore his Achilles and whatnot, so probably returned season, right? Or is he good?
He should be. He should be close to ready to go by the time we get rolling. You know, it may wind up missing the first couple of weeks, but I think as far as I've heard, I think he's going to be ready to go. But still going to be a guy with a lot of miles on those legs, coming back from a very serious injury. Going to have to he'll probably be on, I guess, in a sense, a pitch count probably early on. They drafted some young guys that are going to come in and try that. That pass rush has got to get younger, man. Got to get younger.
Yeah, and then they extended or signed Carlton Davis. We'll get into all that. They spent some money this last year, which was crazy because they didn't have the best cap space. They had the worst cap space actually, which is
I think they know the window. Yeah, the window was kind of. I mean, they still got some players on this team, man. You just don't. Yeah. It's just hard to win in the NFL without, in my opinion, an elite level quarterback. And there's only about 5 or 6 of those, really, in my opinion, in the league.
Yeah, so terrible season last year, even though they won the division. That division was gross. They never could get the right momentum going. The defense just didn't play either. They had a lot of injuries on defense. You know, that was another thing. But the offense, you would expect more from. Why that offense wasn't working, I don't know. It just seems like there was something missing. Maybe, Bruce Arians not being down there to kind of orchestrate things offensively with Brady. I don't know. It was a weird season because it kept feeling like, especially after the bye week here, it felt like that was time for them to turn the corner. Never happened.
Yep, never happened. Seen a lot of frustration.
And it wasn't like Brady fell off. Brady still had
No.
like it was he put up great numbers. Hell, look, he had 432 yards in this game. I mean,
That's what I'm saying.
Brady, if you look at stats, he still threw, I think, was it 50? No, it was like here, I was looking at it. I had it pulled up. He threw like 50.
I mean,
His stats look good.
yeah. Oh no, Tom Brady can still play the game, man. The year before, he led the league in passing,
He
and
had
so
he had 490 completions, 4,700 passing yards, 25 touchdowns. That's a good season.
oh
It
yeah,
wasn't like
man,
he.
been almost
It's
one game
just
away from 5,000 yards.
yeah, and it was mainly the problem was the offense never was in sync. It was
No,
never in sync with anyone.
well,
They were
you had
always
a
just
hard
slightly
time.
off.
You had a hard time getting all the big dogs on the field at the same time. Different
Mhm.
injuries here and there with Mike Evans, and Chris Godwin had some nagging type injuries and stuff. And it was just hard to get everybody on the field at the same time. It just seemed like every way, if one was healthy, the other one wasn't. And it's hard to get in any kind of rhythm and building a rapport with your guys when you can't get everybody on the field that you need on the field at the same time. It's hard for Tom to build any chemistry. It's just hard to do, man.
That damn injury bug, man. It will ruin a team for you.
It'll get you. It'll get you. Part of winning it. It takes usually to win a championship in any professional sport. It's going to take a little bit of luck, but more so, most of the time, it takes not getting unlucky in spots like that.
Well, let's get into their draft.
All right, man. With the 19th pick in the first round, they take Kalijah Cansey, defensive tackle out of Pittsburgh. He was the number 2 overall ranked defensive tackle. Pretty good sized fella. 6'1", 281, got good feet, can be a disrupted run defender. Got to watch this guy play against my Vols last year. He can be a force in the middle. I think there were other needs they could have addressed with this first round pick, but that's the Bucs being the Bucs, man. Always drafting somebody we have a history of doing this, but it's usually a pretty good track record. When we draft interior defensive lineman in the first round, they tend to go on to have pretty good careers. Gerald McCoy and things like that. So with the 17th pick in the second round, you get Cody Mock, the offensive tackle out of North Dakota State. This has been a journeyman. This guy has played a lot of football. That's what I'm saying, bro. Look at that guy. That is a real American hero right there. Been playing at that powerhouse.
When you look up
FCS,
North Dakota, when you look up the North Dakota population, this is what pops up.
I think they should make him the mascot of the team, bro.
I know.
He should be the straight up mascot. They could just have a Cody Mock suit up there that somebody could just wear around. So, but this guy, it's a good pick, man. I didn't hate this at all. I think he went a little bit higher than was expected, but they saw something they liked. Had an 81 overall pre-draft grade, 6'5", 302, a big guy, a guy that's going to play in this league for a while. In my opinion, I think he's going to be one of those bookends for their offensive line. Not a bad pick at all right here. This next pick I like a lot too. 19th pick in the third round, Yaya Diaby, the defensive end out of Louisville. This guy probably would have went higher, been ranked higher had the Cardinals not been so terrible last year. They were by far the worst team in the ACC. And so he didn't get a lot of love, but a long guy, real explosive, 6'3", 263. Like I said a little bit ago, that pass rush down in Tampa needs to get younger. This could be the long-term replacement for Shaquille Barrett. If nothing else, he's going to be solid. You can plug him in. He can play defensive end, edge rush. He can drop back and play outside linebacker in some schemes. I like this pick a lot. I think we got some value here, and I think this guy would have went higher off the board had his team had a better season last year. 19th pick in the fifth round, Servassier Dennis, inside linebacker, another guy from Pittsburgh, 6'1", 226. This was really high for me on him. I don't know a whole lot about this guy. I don't know if he had some injury stuff last year. Pittsburgh's been solid the last couple of years in Narduzzi's defense up there. So it's a guy that's played in a system that translates to the NFL. I don't know. Let's wait and see for me right here. Like I said, a little high, but I have to wait and see. 37th pick in the fifth round. Go ahead.
Oh, I just said, all right.
37th pick in the fifth round, Payne Durham, tight end from Purdue. Yeah, Purdue's got some sneaky guys, man. When you see those guys go to the NFL, you got a weird way of translating. You never see a lot of them go, but the few that do make it out usually wind up having a decent impact on their team. Payne Durham, I don't really know here, man. I don't think he's the answer at tight end, but he's gonna get a shot. He's gonna be able to play early on because we don't have.
Hey, they won the division last year. You know,
that's fair. They did win that.
As we previewed
that division. They did win that division. Fourth pick, sixth round, Josh Hayes, cornerback out of Kansas State. See, once again, we bought a lot of guys that didn't even have pre-draft grades and stuff. Don't know a lot about Josh Hayes. Got to watch Kansas State a lot. I don't remember anything earth-changing. 14th pick in the 6th round, Trey Palmer, wide receiver from Nebraska. I did get to watch this guy a little bit last year. I do like him. He's kind of a burner. Ran the 4th fastest 40-yard dash at the combine at 4.33. Something Marvin Harrison guaranteed he was going to do. Marvin Harrison Jr. Did we talk about that? Didn't he guarantee a 4.3 at the combine?
Mm-hmm.
Guy's a freak. Anyway, so this guy is a burner. Probably would have also been higher on some boards at Nebraska had not been a complete dumpster fire last year. And their last pick, the 19th pick in the 6th round, outside linebacker from Eastern Michigan, Jose Ramirez. Another guy that was a journeyman for his school. This could be, they could get some value here. I like these.
He's got the face right here of just like, I'm gonna hurt you.
Man looks like 6'2", 242, solid guy. Got active hands, good foot speed. I like this. I think you can find some value here, man. I really think this could wind up being one of the guys out of this draft that we wind up remembering. So it was just solid.
A solid draft.
Just solid. Address some needs. There are definitely some other spots we could have, obviously quarterback, but there was no quarterback we were going to take in this thing. I would have seen maybe the interior of the offensive line, and I would like to see the back end of that secondary safety maybe addressed. But we addressed offensive tackle and addressed defensive end, so I can live with it.
Hey, you're building a young defense too.
That's I'm okay with that
because your offense is you've got enough weapons. That's another thing that happened last year that I forgot. One of the reasons why they were so out of sync, especially the offensive line, is because Ryan Jensen went down game 1, didn't return till I thought when he got back, I was like, oh yeah, he's the heart and the soul of that offensive line. That motherfucker always gets in a fight in a game.
Right. And we traded away. God, I'm drawing a blank. I got to look him up real quick. Our center. We traded him away to Cincinnati, I believe, before last, or just lost him in free agency. Wound up signing in free agency. Let me see if I can find his name here. But yeah, man.
Pull up free agency right now and take a look.
Yeah. Go ahead, do that.
Here we go.
Well, so, go ahead.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Yeah. I know what you're saying. So they spent some money on, they re-signed Jamel Dean. So they got him back. It paid that man, dude. 4 years, $52 million. That guy got paid. Looks like they lost. Lost a defensive tackle. Raheem Nunez Roaches. Is that how you say that? Roaches.
Nunez Roaches.
Re-signed Anthony Nelson. Signed Levante David, 33-year-old Levante David, to a 1-year deal. That man got paid.
Right. He needs to be able to retire as a Buck. Alex Kappa was the guard that we got rid of last year. Went to the Bengals. It was a big part of that offensive line too. So losing him, I knew it was going to hurt us going in last year.
And then losing Jensen week 1.
Yeah,
was it week 1 or was it in preseason? I think it was in preseason.
It was right there at the beginning. I mean, he didn't even have time to get rolling. And like losing those two guys as anchors of the offensive line, that was really part of what kept that offense out of sync all year long.
But probably their biggest signing this offseason is former number 1 overall pick Baker Mayfield. Got him for cheap. 1 year, $4 million.
Maker Mayfield. Yeah, I love it.
Let's see. They lost Sean Bunting. Brought in Greg Gangs. Lost Donovan Smith and Mike Edwards.
Lose Keanu Neal.
Mm-hmm. Lost Blaine Gabbert.
Lost Scotty Miller, man. I hate to see Scotty go.
Scotty, we talked about that the other day. Yeah, Scotty Miller came in
division again.
I was about to say, once again, in division. Surprise, surprise. Yeah, I mean, they couldn't really do much.
Rashad Perriman.
They could still bring back Tom Brady. Is Julio still signed?
Man,
Julio
ain't Julio anymore. Julio's going to be a Hall of Famer and all that stuff, but hell, if you sign Julio, you get him for. We need to wait and sign Julio about late November, man, because you're only going to get about 6 games out of him anyway. And anybody that does sign Julio, we ain't going to need to sign him because we ain't going to need him at that point in time. It's going to be.
Granted, I know a lot of these guys are old, but man, there's a lot of veteran players that are still. You got Leonard Fournette that could come in for a team, right? Akeem Hicks.
Akeem Hicks, man. Wow.
Like I understand Julio, maybe he's a little bit, past it. Kyle Rudolph, tight end, he could still do it, and he could still get out there.
Ryan Succop's still a hell of a kicker, man.
Yeah, Logan Ryan.
That's what I'm saying, man. There's players like we didn't re-sign.
That's just from this team. There's still a lot of other. Sue is still out there, unsigned. I'm pretty sure.
Yeah, you know how he does though. He ain't gonna sign until about week 8 or 9 anyway. He don't want to mess with none of this shit. He don't even like to play football till before December.
Yeah, he's like, I'm not going to get paid a lot anyways. I'm going to wait until halfway
They
through the
still
season.
always throw him a couple meal just to come hang out for a little bit, play like 6 plays a game and shit.
Yeah, I know. All right. Well, overall, I mean, they couldn't do much because of their salary cap issues, but
yeah, it's going to boil down. I mean, I don't think Baker's the guy, but I damn sure don't think Kyle Trask is the guy. I don't know. It's going to boil down. I mean, Baker can make plays in spots, but he's not going to propel us to the NFC Championship or anything like that.
All right.
Or to the top of this shit division for that matter.
Yeah, he might surprise you, and then you'll hate him even more.
I started saying, yeah, if he's going to surprise me this year, he picked the wrong year to fucking do it.
You know what? What always surprises me?
You got some tickle bitties and you don't know how to swing? Well, I'm here to help you. Next, you want to tuck your right arm and lay your left arm on top of that mommy milker. Bombs away?
It's been too long. It's been too long since we did that. Had to.
He said I had to.
What
is schedule here, man? This is our favorite part of the day, ain't it?
This is my favorite part. Let's see if we can do a little bit better than yesterday.
All right,
a little bit more dialed in. I've got the coffee this time. We're good.
I believe we'll set the over-under because we had to switch back divisions. I believe the over-under is 2.5 today.
Okay. All right. After going none, 0. By the way, we'll get into this, the baseball stuff. How much pain was that on your parlay yesterday?
Bro.
Just watching the Rockies blow it in the top of the 8th and then watching the other 2 picks hit. I was like,
I know. 2 out of 3 again, man. Like,
listen, you're the king of 2 out of 3 right now, and we just need to figure out which of the 2 they're going to be.
I think you just bet them all full unit and just take your profit each day and move on.
Where's the fun in that?
Fair enough. Fair enough. You're right. I love parlays too. I've been hooked on that shit my whole life. Terrible bets, sucker bets for sure, and I love the shit out of them.
Oh man, looks like I actually have to pay for my tires.
Yeah, I know, man. I was pulling. I was like, oh shit. I was sitting there on the porch last night, and I hadn't even checked anything. I was just sitting there chilling. I was like, oh, let's see if I paid for Will's tires. And I looked back, and I was like, oh no.
Did you see how the Rockies lost it? They blew it in the top of the 8th. They had a lead,
I saw they were up 7-6, yeah, and then wound up giving up 2 in the top of the 8th and 1 in the top of the 9th, lose 9-7.
And right on cue, there's Earth Ending in the Rumble chat saying straight bets. I tell you, straight bets. I know, dude, but it was just a little fun. It was something.
Yeah, I'm gonna bet them straight up anyway, but I'm gonna sprinkle a little bit on that parlay just in case I'm on fire.
I went all in on the parlay. I said, screw it. Now it wasn't like anything that's gonna break the bank. It was just a fun bet.
Will's actually they got to move back to their old house now because he invested everything on that parlay yesterday.
The Rockies, man. Why would I trust the Rockies? All right. Okay, so they open up at Minnesota. Ooh, Minnesota. Not prime time. Not prime time. Oh, Kirk Cousins at 10 a.m. He's got a good history there.
That's 1 p.m., man. It kills me. You say 10 a.m. Ain't no football on at 10 a.m.
There's football at 10 a.m. over here, and it's amazing.
I would kind of like that.
Earth Inning says losing isn't fun. I will never bet the Twins again. Yeah. I'm right there with you. Yeah. They're on my no bet list.
Twinkies are on the no bet list.
they ruined my 5-leg parlay the other day that would have brought in $2,000. God damn Twinkies. And I bet against the Twins.
You can't bet on. That's what happens. That's how you get on the no bet list because you can't bet on them. You can't bet against them. You just the way I feel about the fucking Toledo Rockets. Don't touch them.
All right, Minnesota 6.5 point favorites.
You just come out just firing like that? Bucs plus 6.5 at the Vikings, plus 205 on the money line, minus 290 for the Vikings. Caught me off guard, just rushed it along. I was like, yeah, okay, I know what this is. Bam. Okay.
I was waiting for the got him by the hook again.
For the no, you just blew me off because I was like, he just banked that right off the rip.
Right off the rip. All right, there we go. 6.5 point. That feels about right to me. Then they got the host Chicago, Ryan's Chicago Bears that we talked about yesterday. I should know this since we went through it, but I'll probably get this one wrong since let's see. Chicago 2.5 point favorites.
Bucks plus 1.5 at home against the Bears, plus 102 on the money line. Bears minus 122. By the way, I was taking the under today.
You always take the under.
Well, it's no fun if I take the over. They're like, oh, then I don't get to have any fun when you miss it by the hook.
Man, that's true. That's true. Or you could be like, come on, man, really?
Yeah,
You're that close?
Seriously, bro.
Then home against Philadelphia Monday night. Ooh, that's going to be a gross Monday night game. Monday Night Football hosting Philly. 8.5 point favorites.
Bucks plus 7 at home against the Eagles. You can actually get that at even money right now. Plus 260 on the money line. Eagles are minus 325.
All right, and then they got to go to New Orleans. Saints 4.5 point favorites.
Bucks plus 5.5 at the Saints. Plus 190 on the money line. Saints minus 230.
5.5, and then early bye week. Man, that's not going to be good. And they're going to be home against Detroit. Detroit 3.5 point favorites.
Oh, bam. Bucks plus 3.5 at home against the Lions. Plus 145 on the money line. Lions minus 175. Wow, I got a long ways to go for you to not hit another one.
Yeah. Home against Atlanta. Atlanta 1 point favorites.
Well, this is no fun. I don't even want to play anymore. Buccaneers plus 1 at home against the Falcons. Minus 105. Falcons minus 115. I'll take my fucking ball and go home.
Today's going to be a good day. Today is the day. It sounds like I should be putting the parlay in.
Right. That's the thing. God, okay. Well, we're 5 games in, and I don't even have a sweat anymore. Hey, at least you killed me in the first quarter. I appreciate it.
Oh, now we can go for a record. I haven't got above 4. So.
Ooh, that's true. That's fair. In-game betting. What if we're in-game betting? What would the line adjust to right now? I think you'd go up. It'd be 4.5. You've already got
4.5. I think 4.5. Yeah.
Man, see, this is where
maybe 5 at even money. Maybe 5 at even money.
Yeah, and see, this is where I pile on you on the over, and y'all just quit scoring altogether. I didn't.
Thursday night football at the Bills. The Bills 9.5 point favorites.
There's a hook. Thank you. Bucks plus 10 at the Bills. Plus 340 on the money line. Bills minus 440.
Okay. All right. Then you got to go to Houston.
This will be an ugly game.
Ooh, Houston, we have a problem. Houston 2 point favorites.
Bucks plus 1 at the Texans, minus 105 on the money line. Texans minus 115. That's going to be a terrible football game.
Yeah. Then home against Tennessee. Tennessee 1.5 point favorites.
Hooked them again. Bucks plus 1 at home against the Titans, minus 105 on the money line. Titans minus 115.
Why'd I get too cute there? I got way too cute. Then they got to go out to San Francisco. San Francisco 9.5 point favorites.
Bucks plus 7.5 at the 49ers, plus 270 on the money line. San Francisco is minus 340.
That's kind of crazy because you got the Bills that are 10 point favorites, but then you got San Francisco only 7.5. Interesting. Must be a scheduling deal there.
Well, we don't ever play well out there on that West. At least we haven't in recent years.
That's what I was thinking. Yeah. You got to travel out there. It's a long trip.
I definitely will probably be piling on those 49ers that week. I'm not too good to bet against my team.
I guarantee you, come November 19th, that closing line is going to be 10 or greater.
Yeah, and I got Baker Mayfield and Kyle Trask leading me against that vaunted 49ers defense. I don't have a lot of faith in that.
Yeah. All right, and then especially since San Francisco, I mean, one thing you can do, well,
probably bet the under that week.
You used to not be able to, but it seems like last year that was kind of breaking run on them. So they should be able to run on Tampa Bay. Used to not be able to run on Tampa Bay, but I think that's kind of long gone.
You got a lot of that aging defensive line there. Don't know how healthy those guys will be at that point in time. It's going to be, like I said, I'll probably bet the under in that game. If you guys got a game like that where you think a team's going to try to run the ball a lot more, control the tempo, has a tendency to shorten those games up a lot. So not as many points scored. And I definitely don't see us scoring a whole lot of points at all this year, especially against a defense like that. And you got San Francisco's going to have all their quarterback issues. Don't know what kind of offense they're going to have out there. They got weapons, but they have a guy leading the show. I don't know. Probably the under that week.
And I know we're going out of order here, but there's something I was reading last night that I wanted to that I wanted to bring up when we were talking about their offense. Their offense was not bad last year. And it wasn't, and this is another stat. I'm not just being a Brady homer. It wasn't Brady because their passing offense ranked second in the league. They were number 2 in the league. So what happened?
2 all-pro caliber wide receivers.
Well, here's what happened. So they were second in the league in passing. They were dead last, 32nd in rushing. They could not run the ball.
We'll get you, man. No balance. So hell, you get to where you got people just dropping back in coverage. You don't have the threat to run the ball, man. You got no reason to put anybody in the box. You just sit back and play zone coverages and stuff like that, and just take the deep ball away, make them try to pick you apart. And we just didn't have enough on that offensive line to protect Tom in those spots. And we shot ourselves in the foot a lot last year, man.
Well, he got sacked a league high 22 times.
Exactly.
They gave up the most sacks. They were 21st in third down percentages. They only completed third downs 37% of the time.
I can't tell you how many times we'd have a drive into opposing territory, be 1st and 10 on the 30-yard line. The very next play is a holding penalty. Then you see a sack, and next thing you know, it's 3rd and Walmart, and we're out of field goal range. You just got to do a little pooch punt, wind up screwing that up, giving short field or something. I can't tell you how many times I've seen it last year, but we couldn't play you can't play behind the chains, man. When you got a good drive, sustain stuff like that, you can't start playing behind the chains, get these penalties and stuff. But we constantly shot ourselves in the foot in those spots last year.
Yes, indeed. Okay, so where are we at? We're at Indy. I just wanted to throw that out there because I'm like,
no, you're good. Good. I love it. I love it.
I thought that was interesting, and I totally forgot about it. So
yeah, you got to be able to run the football.
Forgive me. It's early.
You're doing good, man. Looking fly doing it. That's right.
We got at Indy. Man, this one's interesting, especially with all the Jonathan Taylor stuff. Colts. What are the Colts going to be? Rookie quarterback. Man, Colts 4.5-point favorites.
Whoa, you bold on those Colts. Bucs +1 at Indianapolis, -105 on the money line. Colts -115. You think that Anthony Richardson-led Colts going to be that much better than us?
I just thought since it's that line tells me that people think that on a neutral. Oh, you know what? I also forgot about? Colts are going to be coming back from
London or
abroad, Germany. Yeah. Okay. Well, I thought, okay, you give them 2.5 points at home because they're at home, and then I would give them a couple more points or a point or so going through 3 because I would think on a neutral Indy would be better, but this is saying on a neutral the Bucs team is better than the Colts, and I'm kind of scratching my head. I'm like, I don't know if that's true. I'm not saying they're that much better. Yeah. I don't know.
More experience, but also that doesn't necessarily always translate into, especially late in the season. Like I said, how many of those guys are going to be healthy and ready to go? I don't know. Yeah, probably another terrible football game.
I just wouldn't have guessed that on a neutral Tampa Bay would be better than Indy, is what that line says.
I'm telling you right now, if you're a good old fashioned defensive loving football fan, watch some Tampa Bay games this year.
Maybe not when they play Philly.
Yeah. I wouldn't recommend that. Well, you're not gonna have a choice because that's like a Monday night football game or something.
Yeah,
this will be the only one on, so you can watch that or Dancing with the Stars.
That's gonna be the week that I'm not mad that I'm driving home and missing the game. I think it's a double header though because it starts at 4:15, so that must be a double header weekend, like 2.
Oh, goody. At least I get to get the tune up for the late one. All right.
All right. Then home against Carolina, Tampa Bay home Carolina. First time they're going to see Bryce Young. Bryce Young should be, or they could be facing the Red Rifle. You don't know.
Red Rifle. You shoot your eye out, kid.
Tampa Bay. Let's see. Home against Carolina. Oh, this one's tough, man. This one's tough. Tampa Bay 1-point favorites.
Not a baby. Bucs -1 at home against the Panthers. -115 on the money line. Panthers -105.
Hey, one more and we'll have a new record.
That's right. Going to the Dirty Birds.
Going to Atlanta. Atlanta -2.5.
Hooked them. Bucs +3 at the Falcons. +136 on the money line. Falcons -162.
Giving them the full 3. Wow. All right, then they got to go to Green Bay. Man, people are optimistic about Green Bay. -4.5.
Bucs +3.5 at Lambeau against the Packers. +145 on the money line. Packers -175.
Home against Jacksonville. Jacksonville, God, man, they're supposed to be up there. I'd say Jacksonville 3.5-point favorites.
There he goes, new record. Bucs plus 3.5 at home against
Ooh.
the Jaguars, plus 145 on the money line. Jaguars minus 175. Man, you'd
And
have
then
hit
home
the
against
game over.
Yeah, there we go. Then home against the Saints, Bucs 1-point favorites.
Bucs plus 1.5 at home against the Saints, plus
Ooh,
102 on the
okay.
money line. Saints minus 122.
Oh yeah, I think weren't the Saints like 5.5-point. Yeah, I got that wrong. I thought they were 3.5. Okay, that makes
Saints
sense.
should probably be favored in every game, home or road, in this division. Should be, barring anything crazy.
Yeah, and then let's see. Then they got to go to Carolina. Carolina 3-point favorites.
Bucs plus 2.5 at the Panthers, plus 110 on the money line. Panthers minus 130.
Let's go for that nice 6th. Damn. All right. Hey, 5 new record. Let's
New
go.
record, man. New record. That's cool, man. I hedged it when I saw you come out so hot. I went ahead and bet the in-game over 4.5, so I hedged it out and
You're
made
welcome.
my money back there. They actually gave me a little plus money on that one, so I actually made a little bit.
Oh yeah, they give you a little even money on that one. I liked it. Okay, making our money back. So let's see. Division. Then we gotta go look at some odds. Well, let's go team wins first, I guess. Ooh, have you looked at the over under yet of their team wins?
I have not. I figured it was at
what would you put it at?
5.5.
Oh, nice, good.
Is that what it is?
Hooked him.
That doesn't mean I haven't seen it at some point. I haven't looked at it this morning. I probably looked at them all at some point, just scrolling through, skimming. But that should be about where it's at. I hope we go under.
It's under over under 6 with the under being. See, once again, BetOnline does this. You would think this is the over. This is how I get caught betting the wrong things when I'm not paying full attention. You know what I mean? Like, can't you just
always put the, why do they switch that like that? That's ridiculous.
I don't know, man. I think
I don't get it.
I think it's because they always put the favorite on top. I don't know.
I guess. I mean, that just doesn't. I don't know. That drives me nuts. Stuff like that. That's how you wind up betting under 3,700 passing yards instead of over.
Yep. Same with the touchdown. So I'm praying for a rolled ankle.
Just, not even that. Just want you to suck as bad as you did last year. That's all.
Yeah, please. Just hand the ball off. Anyways, so over under six wins. This doesn't look too promising, man. You think they can get 6 wins? I know you don't. I know you don't want them to, but
man, it's a weird thing. It's gonna be a weird season. Wouldn't surprise to see them landing right on 6 wins, just enough to get about, like I said, the 6th or 7th pick, something like that. But I mean, they got players, they got veteran guys that can go out there. You just don't have a quarterback. You got weapons on offense. You got veteran guys on defense that know how to play the game. Good leaders. You got some young guys, young pieces coming in, trying to incorporate into that defense. So I mean, it's there. I don't think Todd Bowles is a great head coach, and I think he definitely coaches us out of games and spots. So, I mean, I don't see it, but, I mean, yeah, they have enough talent throughout this roster to win some games. I just hope it's way, way fewer than this right here. I'd like to see us about 3-14, just because I'm chalking this up as a lost season. I don't see any way we're have a good enough season to win this division.
So you're not gonna the back-to-back defending division champs. You're not gonna take advantage of the plus 750.
Like I said, I'd almost be mad if we won. Like if I hit my bet,
would you give me 10-1? Would you book me at 10-1
to win it?
Yeah,
not in this division because they're all garbage. That would be the thing. Like if Derek Carr goes down in New Orleans, it's wide open, man. You need to depend on Desmond Ridder or Bryce Young or the Red Rifle. Like it's I mean,
I'd be betting on Carolina at that point. I'd bet on Carolina at that point.
Yeah, I mean, I guess that's what are they? What is Carolina's odds again? I know we've already done it.
Plus 350. That's not bad for something that could be open.
I'd be more apt to bet on that than I would. I mean, like I said, this division, this is one of those divisions I'd probably stay away from, man. It's just too.
But once again, like I said, one of my preseason bets, I already did bet this at plus 150 because.
Is that going down? I just still
maybe I got it at plus 125. I can't remember. I got it at plus money, so it looks like it has shifted a little bit. But I was just like the Saints. This is the Saints division to win, like barring injury. They're gonna win it.
It'll be. They'll know they let one slip away if they don't win it this year.
Look at Tampa Bay Bucks, not the worst odds to win it all. Arizona's worse than them, but they're, if they Tampa Bay Bucks to go back to the Super Bowl, 66-1 on your money.
Love it. Love it. Go
Tampa
ahead.
Bay
Bet that if you
Tampa
hate
Bay
me.
Tampa Bay to win it all, 150-1 on your money.
I'll give you 300-1
Okay.
right now.
Tom Brady unretires, comes back.
Oh my God, that would totally happen by this afternoon. I'd be like, all right, well, I'm giving you 300-1. Max bet $1. And sure as shit, Tom Brady would be signed by lunchtime. I run good, man. But then I'm almost like, I would pay $300 to get Tom Brady back for another season. I'd totally sacrifice that.
Ooh, this one, Todd Bowles is up there, first coach fired. I don't think they'll fire him because I think they know. I mean, I think they will fire him, but I think not early. I think they know what they've signed up for this season.
Where's Brandon Staley on that list?
Down here, 16-1.
I like that one. That's my pick for coach to be fired first. I think they're going to come out underperforming. I think he's already on that hot seat. The way he blew that game last year down in Jacksonville, I think they come out and start 1-3, man. There's going to be a lot of rumblings out there.
Josh McDaniels ain't getting fired, man. The Raiders hate paying coaches. They're already paying Gruden still.
Yeah. No shit.
Ron Rivera isn't getting fired either. I'm convinced that the new ownership says it, just like with Lovie Smith. It's going to be like, you're going to be here all year, and then you're not going to be here.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Like win the Super Bowl what happens. Win the Super Bowl or no, this is your last year.
Yeah, exactly. Any other odds you want to look at?
What? Nah. I can't even think of anything that would be until we find those odds to have the first overall pick or worst record.
Okay, what's your prop?
My prop for the Bucs: Chris Godwin, 900 plus receiving yards, and Rachaad White, 750 plus rushing yards at plus 400, 4-1. So Chris Godwin, 900 plus receiving yards, Rachaad White, 750 plus